second part of this 6-part series looking at the B&M sets that I actually own. This time we're looking at the final 3-figure pack that I have, because I don't have the Silver Nemesis set yet, and the final one is the Sontarans, which was a very nice and very unique set that I don't think anyone expected. Classic Sontarans being re-released in itself was unheard of, because we all assumed it would happen in 2016 with the Monster set, with the Tomb of the Cyberman, Cyber Controller, and the Attack Cyberman. But it didn't, we got a new Series 1. So to get 2 Classic Sontarans in one set is a really big win, because for me it means I've got 4 Classic Sontarans now. But that's not the only thing that this set brought us. This set also brought us Harry Sullivan, a figure that, even in the days when Character Options was actually constantly making Classic Series figures, this is a figure we never thought we'd ever see. And the way that they've built it and made it is a really clever and unique use of parts. So we'll have a look at that in the review. But we have a Harry Sullivan figure now, as well as 2 Sontaran figures. So box-wise, it's exactly the same as the 2 Doctors. It looks the same. Got some legal rubbish on the bottom, and it tells you what figures are in it. It's again got the little limited edition sticker, which I really like. The Character Options logo, and includes Harry Sullivan, Field Major Styre, and Commander Linx. So, some good figures. So we'll head over to the review side of things, and we will have a look at these brand new figures, including him, because Field Major Styre, he was Group Marshal Styre, but I'm sorry, he was new in itself, having a brand new head sculpt. This figure, this one's got some cheeky little uses of parts. So we'll head over that way, and we'll just have a look at just what cheeky parts they have used. And welcome back to the review table. And here we are with the Sontaran set. Here we have Commander Linx, Field Major Styre, and of course Harry Sullivan. So we're going to put Harry to the side for now, because bye Harry. We'll look at the Sontarans first, because I've already reviewed a Sontaran, which is Group Marshal Styre. So the bodies are relatively the same, so the only differences will be a couple of paint applications, a little bit of sculpting on Styre, and the heads themselves. So we'll start with the earliest iteration, which is Linx. So Styre's off in the background, you can just see him there. And I'll move Linx's accessories off to the side. So here we have Linx, and he's a very nice Sontaran. So as you can see, Linx has got a very light brown head. His eyes are a little bit cross-eyed, but not too much. The right eye kind of goes up just a little bit higher than the other ones. But he's, again, got a little beard. All these Sontarans like their little goatees. So that's been painted really nicely, just a bit of a darker brown than his face. The sculpt's really good. You've got some hair here around the ears. The ears are sculpted nicely. They don't have those low bits that Group Marshal Styre did. You've got the Probic vent on the back of the neck armour, and as you can see, the neck armour has been lined with a black finish, which looks really nice and stands out. As I said before, the body is exactly the same as Styre, but he does have these nice armoured pieces that are held on by these little pegs. So when I said it was easily removed, it technically is. So the hands are exactly the same. You've got your 3 fingers. This one's grasping for his wand, and the other one is kind of grasping for the wand, but kind of not. It's a bit more at ease. On his belt, you can see the communicator, which has been sculpted really nicely with a couple of buttons, a switch, and a nice red square button, and then a dial, I think, is what that is. He's got some nice patterns there. On the side of his leg, he has the same thing as Styre. He has the pocket for his wand, but he actually comes with his wand. He comes with his black boots, which are a nice matte colour with a little bit of silver on the heel, which doesn't quite make it all the way around the bottom of the boot, but you can see it there with all the legal rubbish. So Linx is really nice. The main difference between this figure and the original is the colour of the skin is a lot lighter, and I've got to say, I quite like it. It suits him from like an 80s video from a 70s video quality kind of way, but the darker colour does suit better, and the only gripe is that they haven't painted his signature tongue, but it is sculpted there. So accessories wise, he comes with his wand, which has been painted really nicely. It's got a gold tip and a silver middle. There's the silver band up here as well, and this has been seen several times, and I've got the Field Battle Commander Store, I think is his name, has one of these, and the only difference that I can tell is that this is really flexible, so when putting it into his holster, as you can see, it kind of, I only really want to slide it in. It's supposed to go down further, but I feel like I'm going to bend this and break it. So that's my only gripe, is that that's a bit loose plastic-wise. His second accessory is his helmet, which has been sculpted nice. You've got the big wide eyes with the grating in the background and the dots on the top of his head, and then the line up the back here. It feels a bit cheaper than what it was originally, but that's fine. You can see that there's a slot there on the front, which slots into this little groove here. The only unfortunate thing is that his helmet is really difficult to get on. He doesn't like having his helmet on, so you've just got to kind of push it. It might be different for all people, but for me, it's a bit difficult. So there you go. That's him with his helmet, and he looks really good. The one does fit in his hand, but again, due to the bendiness of the plastic, I don't really put it in there. So that is Linx. And then moving on to his brother, Sontaran. This is Styre. The only differences that he has are, one, his hands. He has 5 fingers and a thumb, which is really nice, and they're sculpted really well. They look and feel a bit like ape hands, so they feel a bit more rugged than human hand, which is nice. His communicator has been painted a bit differently. There's no black here, it's all silver. There's no silver here, it's all black, and those buttons have a very light grey to them. And the sculpt on his boots is different. He comes with some knight boots. So clearly Linx, when he went back to the medieval times, picked up some fashioned trend tips, and you can see that the layering of the armour is quite nice. He's got the spindle heel bit at the back, and he has the same boot sculpt on the back as Linx, and this has been painted black to kind of show the differences. The difference between this figure and his original is his armour is now all silver rather than all black as it was originally, and the face is really nice. Bit of a gruff look to him. He looks a bit burly in the nicest way possible, looks a bit thick, but also you don't want to meet him in a dark alley because he would beat you up. Accessory wise, he comes with the ever famous ping pong ball gun, which I'm pretty sure Batman March named it. It could have been named by someone else, but I heard it on his channel first. So this is just a very simple bit of plastic and tooling with some nice paint applications and a little ping pong ball on the top, and this feels quite well sculpted, quite well nice. Only that bit has a bit of looseness to it. The only gripe on this is that his hands are so tight that it's actually pushed in the soft plastic, so his fingers are now viewable on there, but that's fine. Hand-wise, you may have to pull his fingers out a little bit to get it in, but once you have, it will hold in nicely, because actually on the box, the character options people have him holding it like this. That's how tight the thing is, and that's a whole new realm of gangster holding your weapon. It's no longer on the side, you just hold it pointing that way and hope for the best. So that sits in his hands quite nicely. Sculpt-wise and story, he usually has his gun slotting into a pocket on his belt, but unfortunately he doesn't have that. He didn't have it on the original. And he does come with his helmet, which has slightly smaller eyes than Linx does, and no dots on the top, and a thicker mohawk which goes all the way to the back, which Linx's didn't. And this one has the tube there and the slit there, and his helmet just fits on really nicely. I find if you go to the back, to the front, it pops on and it looks nice and menacing. And there you go. That is Styre. Then the final figure to look at is a Harry Sullivan figure, which is this guy here. So a quick rundown of how he was made. His legs and his torso are from the City of Death 4th Doctor. We can tell this one by the shirt, because you can see the waistcoat's just been sculpted in there. And the jacket itself is from the 4th Doctor in duffel coat, and with it having the red of where his jacket originally was sculpted, they've painted it blue this time, so it looks like Harry's blazer, double-breasted blazer, and it works really well. The coat is a bit thick around the bottom. It's a bit thicker than what he had on the story, but it does work well and does look nice. It is Harry Sullivan. You can see it. Facial sculpt wise, it really does look like Ian Marter. It looks really good. He's got his big, massive 70s sideburns, which is really nice. The curly hair has been sculpted really well, and yeah, it looks really good. The face paint applications are done well on the body. The buttons have been painted, and he's got a light blue across the top, and then he's got a dark blue for his blazer and a beige for the jacket, which has been sculpted really nicely. Loads of flowing creases, and it kind of just blows in the wind. His hands is the Tom Baker one, so you've got the sonic screwdriver hand there, and I'm actually pretty sure that this is the 3rd Doctor's hand, because as you can see, there is a ring sculpted on the pinky finger. It's just been painted over, so I'm pretty sure that's number 3's hand, which suits a lot better and gives a bit of variety. So if you have the original 4th Doctor, it will sit in well, but it may look a bit samey. Trousers wise, they're a light grey, a lot lighter than Tom Baker's originals, and the shoes have just been painted a nice shiny black, and that is Harry Sullivan, a very nice figure. All these figures, articulation wise, have swivel in the head, swivel in the shoulders, swivel in the bicep, swivel at the elbow, swivel at the wrist, swivel at the waist, swivel at the hips, swivel at the thighs, and bend at the knees. So they're all, they've all got the same articulation. So yeah, overall, a really good set, and one that you could probably pick up quite a number of to build up your Sontaran collections, and then you can pass a Harry Sullivan on to your friends that haven't picked up the Harry Sullivan figure, or aren't wanting to pay 20 quid for the 3-pack and they're just after him. But yeah, another solid one by B&M. So final thoughts on the Sontaran's collector's figure set. One, for having the Harry Sullivan, it is a very good set to pick up because you get a brand new companion, and we don't have many classic companions retrospectively compared to how many there actually are. So having one more to add to the collection is really good. And then having a set that has 2 Sontarans in itself of the classic era is fantastic. So I would definitely recommend picking up this set. If you have the original Linx and Styre and you don't really like them compared to the new ones, you just want Harry, I'd still say it's worth paying the 20 quid for the Harry, because you can sell the Sontarans on later to other people, or you can army build the Sontarans and leave the helmets on, which is a good idea. So I may be getting another one of these just for the sake of having the Sontarans, yet then again I may not. Who knows? But as a 3-figure pack, I definitely think that this is probably the strongest. Then it will be the 2 Doctor set, and then the Silver Nemesis set is the one on the bottom. I do apologise to the Silver Nemesis set, but I will give it its due when I can buy it and review it, because it is a good set. All the 3 packs are good sets. So having reviewed 2 out of 3, I've definitely got the one that I wanted the most out of the way. And the next review will be on the first TARDIS set that I picked up. But I won't review the second one because I haven't picked that one up yet.